So I'm recording this mid-January and it is freezing in South Florida. I'm wearing this sweater wrap. We are not used to this kind of cold weather here. Unbelievable. I'm going to be sharing information that is helpful for solopreneurs, things that I see or hear or experience directly, I want to share. One of the things that I want to talk about is when you are a solopreneur, you are not a freelancer, you have a business, you are providing a service. And this has to do with pricing. And a lot of solopreneurs, especially when they're new in business, you're trying to gain a reputation, gain a following, clientele, you're willing to make a lot of concessions. And that could end up hurting you where you're operating in the red. What I want to talk about is pricing. There are some situations where hourly pricing is necessary, it's the right way to go. For example, one of the things that I provide is helping people with their sales, with outside sales. I will take someone in the field and work with them on their prospects, what to say when you're walking in cold off the street. And I recommend a 2 hour time limit where an hour and a half we are doing this, and then the last half hour we're doing a debrief on what went right and wrong and this and that. So it's a 2 hour time frame, and I charge for that time. And often people feel with that one outing that they're confident and they know what to do and how to present themselves. And other times it'll take a few outings until they feel confident going out on their own. So this is sales training basically for a solopreneur that is not ready to hire an outside salesperson or really doesn't want to, but they want to level up. Then another service that I provide is social media. And I love coming up with concepts and the imagery and the designing of it, and then what to say in the captions and the hashtags and all of it. That's a lot of fun. I provide different packages for that. And there are times where, even for myself, designing a social media post for myself or a flyer, let's say, I could bang it out relatively quickly. And then there are times where I get super picky and it takes me a while to produce something. Or video editing. I will collect, let's say, a series of photos and videos, and I want to create a montage. And I want to do a short. I want to keep it between a minute and or 3 minutes, obviously no more than that, because then it's not an Instagram or Facebook reel or YouTube short. There are times where it can take me. Just the other day I attended an event and I wanted to create a reel, and I think it was definitely under 2 minutes, and it took me well over an hour because I was very picky about how I wanted to create this. I didn't use a template. So it was all about the different types of effects and transitions and stickers and overlay and things like that, and editing some of the video clips down that were used. And it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing it. But what happens is sometimes people will say, well, tell me how long it takes to produce a video, to edit a video, or how long does it take to design a flyer or a social media post. And they want, for some reason, they think that maybe they're just so used to paying people hourly. And really, honestly, it isn't any of their business. What they're paying you for in some cases is outcomes, results, expertise, consistency, depending on what the project is. But you have a talent and a skill that you are providing them. Now, they may not have that talent or skill at all. Sometimes people can produce their own social media content, but they get to a point where they're just so busy, they would like to outsource it. They don't want to add someone to their payroll, they would rather outsource it. So, as a solopreneur, I urge you to politely stand your ground. You don't have to be defensive about it. When someone says, "How long does this take you?" you can ask, "Why are you asking?" and find out what is going on in their mind and assure them that there are times where things can be produced quickly. There are times where it might take longer than expected. But that's on you. So if you agree to do a project for a particular price, and let's say legitimately you say to yourself, wow, this is only going to take me about an hour or 2 hours. But then if it takes you 3 hours, yes, you are earning a little bit less, but that's what you agreed to. There's another story that I want to share, and this is with a person that has a pressure washing company. He goes to this woman's house and she needs her driveway pressure washed and her walkways. So he looked over the job and he gave her a price and she agreed to it. He used his professional equipment and his expertise, because there are DIYers who try to do things at their home and they might inadvertently cause some damage. They don't know what they're doing, and they could do something to their concrete driveway, or worse, if they're pressure washing their house, they could damage the siding. And really, that's why a lot of people are outsourcing, because they don't have the equipment, they don't have the skill, or they just don't have the time, and they're happy to pay that person. In this case, the gentleman got the job done very quickly, and the woman was actually upset. She wanted to give him half the payment. She thought it was going to take twice as long. So she said, if you did it so quickly, in her mind, why should I pay you this amount? That is a horrible experience to have. This is why you have to be prepared to explain to people that they're paying you for your expertise and your ability. Being a solopreneur is definitely not easy. If being a business owner were easy, if sales were easy, everybody would be doing it. So my advice when someone wants to inquire about how long things take, you can very diplomatically explain that they're paying for your expertise, your skills, your ability. How long it takes is on you. It's really not their business. And unfortunately, with other business owners that are used to paying people hourly, you want to be careful. If you agree to hourly, then you could run into someone who is a micromanager. That could be a situation that you come up against. It is more than okay when you're having a conversation and they don't seem to understand. It is okay to say, I don't think that I'm the right person, that my service is the right service for you. I'm sure that there are plenty of other people that would work out a different arrangement with you, and I wish you the best. So I would love to hear from you in the comments if you've ever come across this yourself and how you dealt with it. I always love open dialogue in the comment section, as long as it's productive and that you're kind and nice to each other, because there are people of all different experience levels that are watching this content. Some people that have been a solopreneur for many, many years, and then others that are new to the game that could really use some constructive criticism and advice. I wish you all the best. Make it a great day.